insecurities and I fell asleep halfway through. Then I woke up with a sense of clarity. I can never be the one for you. Hey! 'Cause I feel better in my own world. Trying to be perfect tends to wear me out. And I've been wondering when this road ends. Tired of being hopeless, paralyzed with doubt. It's like I've been walking on a tightrope, trying to change my mind, but I'm too far to quit. And you can keep your shiny light, 'cause I'm in love with diamonds, we're flawless as it is. Flawless as it is. Flawless as it is. When you're young, the world might break you down. Fell off a couple times, but I'm better now. I found my smile, but it took a little darkness and silence in the middle of the night. I learned to take my time with healing up my mind and knowing it's alright. Oh, 'cause I feel better in my own world. Trying to be perfect tends to wear me out. And I've been wondering when this road ends. Tired of being hopeless, paralyzed with doubt. It's like I've been walking on a tightrope, trying to change my mind, but I'm too far to quit. And you can keep your shiny light, 'cause I'm in love with diamonds, we're flawless as it is. Flawless as it is. Flawless as it is. Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. It's like I've been walking on a tightrope, try to change my mind, but I'm too far to quit. And you can keep your shiny light, 'cause I'm in love with diamonds, we're flawless as it is.
I know people ask you about your favorite call of all time, but what's a sentimental call that you have that just will ring in your heart forever?
Well, the LeBron dunk was because when it came in a playoff game, it was an important game in the series. Kevin Garnett was the reigning defensive player of the year, and LeBron was just emerging onto the scene. He had been in the league a couple years, but he was really beginning to take hold as a young player. And
a beautiful evening in downtown Memphis, Tennessee. Our setting tonight, the FedExForum. It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. And tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies going up against the New York Knicks. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining us tonight, Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. And reporting from the sidelines, our very own David Aldridge. As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. If you look at the Knicks, their season nearly over unless a form of miracle happens.
And right now for the Knicks, one thing they don't have to worry about is not having enough free time this summer, because they're not going anywhere near the postseason.
And there will be players on the move once this season is over. You can count on that. They have to make wholesale changes, and the front office knows it.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, the one-and-done draft requirement will be abolished very soon. In the meantime, the G League professional path has been introduced for those looking to come straight out of high school. A salary of $125,000, potential endorsements, and access to NBA development has enticed more than a few to pursue this new avenue. Kevin?
Well, the G League continues to be a great asset for the NBA. Great stuff, David. Thank you. And now, the New York Knicks starters. Barrett is out there with Payton. Then there's Mo Harkless. Then it's Randall. And it's Gibson in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Grizzlies, Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Winslow in at the small forward. Well, the Grizzlies' coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
Got that one up quick.
Well, what you want to see from Elfrid Payton are floor general skills on full display. Finds the open teammate. Nice.
And the shot goes in.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
And shot on the way. No good from Gibson. Here's Morant. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Morant's got his second bucket of the night.
Out in the open court, few defenders can match up with Morant. He's too fast and skilled.
That's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here.
Knicks ball.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. And it's Justice Winslow with the foul.
Justice.
That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Payton outside. Morant with the steal.
Terrific anticipation by him, and that's why he's out on the court. Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
And so Payton will bring it up for the New York Knicks. It's a 5-point game. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on R.J. Barrett. A lot of opinions, Doris, on who may be named the coach of the year. When you look at the criteria for you when you're voting, what do you look at?
Well, obviously, you think about who has the best record. That's the first thing you look at. And what has contributed to that best record. But it isn't only about that, right? You have to consider, number one, what's the roster challenges that head coach may have had to overcome? Did he have to deal with any midseason trades? There are so many things that go into making up a great year as a basketball coach in the NBA. So many things.
He doesn't get the second one. Well, for Memphis, their last game a loss to the Trailblazers in Portland. Morant with the steal. And finished off by Morant.
A solid defender, Morant, adept at reading the opposition and realizing when to go for the steal.
The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And finished off by Morant.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, Greg, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
And this kid, Ja Morant, came out of nowhere, under-recruited in high school, showed some promise in that first year of college, but boy, did he blow up.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. And Morant really impacts the game in every area.
It's incredible, Kevin. He gives you the points, the assists, the rebounds. But then you look at the box score and you also see a block, a couple steals. And I like that he shoots a high percentage at the line. Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end, Greg. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
The Grizzlies have gotten off to a tremendous start. 7 of 7 here in the first quarter. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
No doubt, Greg. On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string. Yet another miss, just 1 for 5, not exactly an ideal start.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Passes to Randall. Over Jackson. New York, no good that time either.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Here's Valanciunas. The Knicks pull it in.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Here's Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, Taj Gibson, a terrific athlete, easily gets off the floor to finish with authority.
Here's Valanciunas. Good, and the nice assist from Winslow.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Knicks trail by 16. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Fast break, Memphis. Here's Morant, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. Morant's got 16 points.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Morant with the steal. And finished off by Morant.
Proving how dominant he can be. When Morant is shooting with confidence, it really allows him to take over.
The Knicks have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. The shot comes out. Nice D from Valanciunas. And the Grizzlies leading by 20. There's Winslow. Randall grabs the board. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the New York Knicks. Here's Barrett. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Barrett's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And you like the toughness there. Barrett being more comfortable having to deal with an aggressive defense. They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Here's Payton. Jaren Jackson making his last shot. Here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
Well, the big man, Taj Gibson, pretty assist there, Kevin.
The pass to Winslow. Over Harkless, and it's Winslow that time on the assist by Jackson.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Pass to Randall. Trying to get open is Gibson. He's off on that one. And Memphis the other way now. Here's Brooks. It's rebounded by Barrett. Knicks trail by 20. For the 3. No good on that one. Here's Brooks. Drills the baseline jumper. He has 7.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Pass to Randall. He kicks it to Barrett. And Winslow comes to help. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Jackson.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
And Brooks gets it to go. New York's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. To the middle, here's Barrett. It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot.
Making plays in traffic. This is where Barrett's most effective.
Valanciunas. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Payton up top. Boy, he just disappeared against Atlanta. They really needed him. Shots good by Gibson.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Valanciunas, good.
But Kevin, this guy's been adept at finding ways to finish inside. Jonas Valanciunas doesn't miss many of these chances. Given an opportunity, he'll deliver.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And purely from a physical standpoint, John Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight, and few players are more explosive athletically.
Both teams will make substitutions. Well, as we come down the stretch this season, these are the big men having the most success from the floor since the All-Star break. You look at Robinson, a great player, second in the league.
And most of the guys on that list have that unique combination of power and finesse. I mean, a very physical presence with an equally soft touch.
And all with an outstanding work ethic as well. Constant effort and motion, always doing whatever they can to get the best possible position and the ultra-high percentage shot.
And the Grizzlies with possession here after the made shot from Bobby Portis.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Anderson finds Jones. It's rebounded by New York. Last time they met in New York.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
Well, so many of their problems stem from turnovers. They simply could not take care of the ball, and it cost them in that matchup.
And they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Ntilikina. 20 points for him last game against Atlanta. Passes it to Knox. Fires from deep. Sinks the three-pointer. Knox has got 5 points so far.
Well, this is what we expect. The rise and fire from Kevin Knox in a catch-and-shoot situation. You better guard him now.
And it goes out of bounds. That went off Robinson. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. The lead is 15, and the shot goes down. And that's now 11 points for Brooks.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
Here's Ntilikina. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Inside, and it's Robinson with the jam.
I like to see Kevin Knox share the basketball because what it shows is an improving awareness in finding his teammates. That's how people want to play with you.
And with the way Mitchell Robinson can protect the rim doors, there's a lot to like about that second-round pick.
Yeah, on draft day, Mitchell Robinson flew under the radar, but he had a great summer league. He got tremendous minutes early as a rookie. This is a great leaper, a great shot blocker, always something teams can use, both of those attributes.
One shot.
And that one falls for Robinson. Doris, you've covered so many great basketball players over your many years in this business. As a player, coach, and now broadcaster, who has been your favorite athlete to watch or cover or report on?
All right, Kevin, you know I can't possibly name one, so I'm going to just throw several names out there. LeBron James has overcome so many challenges as a young person even before his NBA career. So his story is absolutely incredible and inspirational. How about Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers in the history of the NBA? Or Damian Lillard, who has proven so loyal to his fan base and organization and is one bad man when a game is on the line in the playoffs.
Here's Knox. He has 5, and the Knicks good for 2.
Well, Kevin Knox can score at all 3 levels, showing you the mid-range game right there.
Here's Clark, and some very quick points for him on that possession. And the Grizzlies lead by 12.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Robinson throws it down.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And so it's New York with it, following the score by Memphis. Bullock good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Memphis leading by 10. Baseline try. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
You know, that's what he wants more of. Up until now, the accuracy just hadn't been there.
The pass to Ntilikina. 1:24 left to play here in the first. Right wing. Here's Portis. The teardrop falls in. Portis has got his second basket of the night.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And it's Memphis with another.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
Here's Ntilikina, defended by Jones. Here's Knox. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
What you love about Kevin Knox is that size and frame because it allows him to get easy opportunities on the inside.
So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for New York. Down by 12. Shoots a 3. That shot missing. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Here's Clark. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, Frank Ntilikina comes into the NBA as the 8th pick of the 2017 NBA draft. You do have to remember, this guy had professional experience before coming here. He played in his native country of France.
For New York, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And that one falls for Ntilikina. The Anthony Melton. He's checked in for Dylan Brooks. Wayne Ellington's checked in for New York. So he gets them both.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
And he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 6.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Here's Jones. 9 points last game. Lets it go from the wing. 4 seconds left. That one wide left. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. It's the Grizzlies up by 12. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Bobby Portis, who's known for his work ethic, said he learned a lot from his mother.
She gets up at 3, 4 in the morning and gets off at 1, 2 in the evening. You know, she works hard for her 4 boys. You know, she breaks herself off daily. You know, I always try to pride myself in hard work also because how hard she worked for me.
And she was a basketball player in her own right. Greg, a scholarship at Jackson State University.
Yeah, and gave up basketball when she had Bobby, but she encouraged him to pursue his dream, and she said now she's living her dream through him.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And looking at what we've seen, Grizzlies pretty much in control here.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
Setting the floor for the Knicks. Bobby Portis out there with Reggie Bullock. Then there's Wayne Ellington. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Ntilikina in at the point. And for Frank Ntilikina, some questions as to where he is best suited.
I mean, for me, I like when he plays more off the ball. I mean, he's shown that he could become a scorer when he only has to worry about that aspect of his game. Still very young and has a great set of skills with which to work.
And he's good on the second. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Well, Kevin, we know one thing. In New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And DA, that's when he is at his best. Thank you. Jones. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Well, we see a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting nowadays, but you'll take that look right there any night of the week.
Ntilikina passes to Portis. Robinson kicks to Ellington. Puts up a 3. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
For viewers, timeout's a chance to check your phone, grab a drink, but for the teams, it's all about business.
Well, there's something that the coach doesn't like. I'm curious to see which kind of adjustment he makes here.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Why don't we go to the 2K leaderboard? Over the past month, these teams have been playing a very entertaining brand of basketball. The Grizzlies fourth.
They've been playing an exciting brand of basketball during that time. I mean, taking every chance to get out in the open floor.
Baseline jumper. Nice jump shot. Good. And that's 20 points for John Morant.
Because he's so shifty and controls the pace, Morant can kill you in that mid-range area.
And finished off by Robinson.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
Knicks ball.
Let's quickly take a look at the standings out west. The season nearly complete. As you look at Memphis, they're good enough for 8th place in the conference right now, looking to hold on to that.
And I think for Memphis, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
Melton's shot is good.
And have to commend the unselfish attitude, like how Morant just recognized the open man and the ball was right there. And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
Pass to Barrett. Three-pointer. Buries it from three-point range. Barrett's got it back down to within single digits for the Knicks. Goes up the baseline, and it's in there. Morant's got 22 points.
You want to talk about a perfect performance? He hasn't missed a shot all night. Incredible.
Well, hard to find a team more iconic in the NBA than the New York Knicks. They are a premier brand.
Greg, this is absolutely true. This is an organization that has played a few games in London that have helped them, and it hasn't seemed to matter that the team has struggled for an extended period of time. They remain a major media presence in a major market. The NBA is better when the New York Knicks are a factor.
Here's Payton. Grizzlies making the shot. 18 feet out. It's rebounded by Memphis. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds in the game. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Well, doesn't allow himself to be rattled in the least by the aggressive defense. Jonas Valanciunas shows his strength and composure to power up and through.
The Knicks making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. The free throw drops for Valanciunas. Yours, what's the best combination of inside-outside basketball you see offensively now?
Well, 2 guys really come to mind immediately for me. It's Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis, because both men can face up and knock down shots in a legitimate enough fashion that you've got to get out and contest those guys. But the other side of this is they can play in the post and be a legitimate back-to-the-basket force who you've got to guard with more than one guy. I mean, how exciting, Kevin, are Joel and AD to watch play?
They are thrilling, I would agree. Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
All my life, grinding all my life, sacrifice, hustle, pay the price, one slice, got to roll the dice, that's why, all my life, I've been grinding all my life, all my life, grinding all my life, sacrifice, hustle, pay the price, one slice, got to roll the dice, that's why, all my life, grinding all my life, got everything I said I was gonna get, on my kid, in addition to that fact, I'm in legit, now according to the great enough position, in this biz, it look like I'm just gonna keep on getting rich. Know that west side. The rap, this, bucks, all this rap money. Look, I need too much. Money, loyalty, and love, and the dream we trust. If you switching up the players on your team too much, I can copy, that's my love. world feels supreme. What's up? And we travel around the world getting creamy. What? Ain't you get off on whoever has some seen the crush? Las Vegas. After all that looking tough, all these...
Maurice Harkless is checked in for Wayne Ellington.
And with the break here, let's look at the stats for Payton. Putting up about 10 points a night, 7 assists and 4 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
There's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
Knicks trail by 15. Here's Barrett. That one drops for him. Barrett's got 12 points in the game.
I'll tell you, what a night. He has been efficient. He's been strong. Unfortunately, they're still fighting an uphill battle.
And that one's good. Morant.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Here's the floater. It doesn't go for him. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And Gibson sends it back.
Boy, Gibson's so good at timing these rejections. Twice on the pipes from Taj.
And so Payton will bring it up for the Knicks. 17-point game. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. In the corner, Barrett with it. No good from outside.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Mo Harkless. That is his first foul of the game. Here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive #1 pick, he's going #1 regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
Here's Payton after the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas. Payton passes to Gibson. And that one barely misses as he draws contact. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Jaren Jackson.
Well, we know Taj Gibson is not opposed to playing physical basketball. In that instance, he seeks contact and gets an opportunity.
It's his first trip to the line.
And up to this point on the season, he's set a pace of right around 73% when he gets to the line.
2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. Well, you talk about a player who is a consummate pro, Taj Gibson.
No doubt. Taj is a guy who has always approached the game from a veteran standpoint. He's a great leader, great defensive player, and in between the lines and out, you can count on Taj Gibson.
Brooks checked in for DeAnthony Melton. That's off as well, so he misses both.
What you love about Taj Gibson is his leadership. This guy is an intelligent, ferocious competitor who plays his role to a T.
Now here's Payton, still looking for his first bucket in this one. And the Knicks miss again.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy, just struggling to make shots right now.
Morant passes to Jackson. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. And the Grizzlies lead by 21.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
And Randall throws it down.
We know Elfrid Payton can affect games with his defense. You want to see him make those kinds of passes right there. That's nice.
A nice shot by Winslow. Payton with the ball. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. He dishes it to Gibson. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Memphis leading by 19. Here's Brooks. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
And when it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles the twine.
Out left to the wing. Barrett wide open. He fires. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Brooks the pass to Morant. Back to Brooks. Fires for 3. Here's Valanciunas. It's rebounded by Barrett. Barrett's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The putback, Harkless. Great positioning on the putback.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
And Jackson gets it to go.
High-level passer. Even for a point guard, Morant shows the imagination.
Payton with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. And they double up Payton to the paint. And it's Gibson, that time on the assist by Payton. Payton's got his 9th assist in the game now. And the Grizzlies leading by 19 points. The baseline J. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
That's 10 straight off of the mid-range.
Knocked loose. And finished off by Morant.
Gotta love watching Morant get after it. He goes all out. Tank, never on it.
Here's Payton. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
Guys, when you consider the New York Knicks roster, there is some talent amongst their young players. More than a handful of their guys in their first 3 years in the league. Kevin Knox, Mr. Robinson, and Mr. Dotson all could be factors for them in the future.
Some changes for Memphis. Clark, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Anderson in for Justice Winslow. And a new group in for the Knicks. Bobby Portis is checked in for Gibson. Kevin Knox comes in for Julius Randle. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Harkless. And it's Ntilikina in for Payton.
It's so obvious Ntilikina is a pass-first point guard. This guy is an exceptional passer with very good vision.
It's rebounded by Memphis. Jackson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Out of bounds, New York takes possession. Here's a look at what's coming up for New York. On Friday, they're off to Miami to face off with the Heat. And then on Tuesday, they'll head home to take on the Charlotte Hornets.
And for that game against the Warriors, I think it's going to be an interesting challenge. Even though they expect to come out on top, this could probably be a pick'em game, depending on how they play.
Here's Knox. He's got 11. And Barrett gets it to go. Barrett's got 14.
What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
Took him no time at all on that one. And the Grizzlies lead by 21.
And I love that range there from Clark. At this point in his development, it's not as daunting as trying to be a consistent 3-ball shooter.
Knox misses. And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. And that one's good. Morant.
And guys, we talk all the time about making the extra pass. Clark there proving how important that concept is.
Poked away. Pass to Bullock. 1:32 left to play in the first half. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Out to the wing. Here's Ntilikina. Good on the triple. 8 points for him.
Boy, Frank Ntilikina has such an impressive wingspan, excellent size for his position, and when he rises up, he can go right over defenders.
Some power coming from the PG.
That's right, GA. Seeing more and more of that these days. Backcourt guys who can elevate.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working hit inside and getting good shots from close range.
Wasted no time on that one. That's now 32 points for John Morant.
Well, all night he has made an impact at the offensive end. Now he's trying to shut the door.
Here's Ntilikina. It's Clark with the rebound.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Brooks. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 6 assists here tonight.
Slow rotation there defensively, and he gets a wide open look from mid-range.
And I'll tell you, you look up at the scoreboard, that's correct. They have a big lead for a reason.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. They get it back. Here's Brooks. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Brooks has got 19 points.
When you're trying to claw your way back into a game, you cannot allow second chance opportunities.
Well, how about the effort on the glass? Even with this lead, I love that they're still going after it.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Dillon Brooks. That's foul number 2 for him. Deep 2 from Robinson. Off the inbound, no good.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
And so it's Memphis, ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Jonas, you guys got off to a strong start. How important was it to set the tone early?
You know, we came out with a different energy. We said it's enough to struggle from the start. You know, we got to focus and play good starts.
That is where it all starts. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everyone. That was a combination of everybody and everyone. Everyone. Did you catch that?
I got it.
Yeah, Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. How about that first half, fellas? It's Memphis out in front at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny?
I love how they opened the game up. They pushed the ball up court at every opportunity, and they put the defense on their heels. But it wasn't just a track meet. It was a well-thought-out strategy that the coaches had way beforehand. We'll see what adjustments get made to try to stop their transition game in the second half.
Shaq, what did you think about New York?
Well, they got a ton of issues to work on. Allow way too high a percentage to be shot against them. Not really showing any energy on defense. No discipline. Look at their faces, Ernie. Do they even want to be here?
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Guys, John Morant has been sensational.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Winslow in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said He's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional, gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
Passes it to Harkless. Takes a 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Harkless has got his second basket of the night.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
And now, in his second year of coaching the Knicks, David Fizdale putting more of a stamp on this team, changing the mindset of the franchise.
Well, the New York Knicks hired David Fizdale to steer the ship with a group of young players. And I want you to think back to where he earned his stripes. That was with the LeBron James and Dwayne Wade championship Miami teams. So he knows culture and he knows winning.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Look, Kevin, you know this. There's a long history of great players coming out of Lithuania, and Valanciunas right there with the best of them. Remember, back in 2012, this guy was the MVP of the Lithuanian Basketball League.
Valanciunas hits them both. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. And they double up Payton. And there's the pass to Barrett. Looking for Gibson. He gets it there. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
If Taj Gibson gets around the rack, you understand this guy is going to make an opportunity.
And that one's good. Morant.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul.
Pass to Barrett. Randall outside. Now, here's Barrett. Tight defense on him. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive. They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
New York's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Launches a 3. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Brooks, the pass to Valanciunas. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Valanciunas has got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Pass to Randall. Looking for Gibson. He gets it there. And that one, good.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Here's Jackson. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
And the efficiency is there, but the aggressiveness is really lacking. So far, it hasn't hurt them, though.
Feeds to Randall. Nice D from Valanciunas.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint. Yeah, easy call.
And second personal foul.
Memphis shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
And as good as Morant's been, there's still plenty of upside. One of the younger players to enter the draft in 2019.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Melton's checked in. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Ellington's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. No good from Gibson.
And his defense, so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Here's Ellington, and the rejection by Jackson. Here's Valanciunas, and another basket for Memphis.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Back to Payton. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Boy, a nice, efficient finish for Elfrid Payton. Boy, that'll help your percentage, gentlemen.
Here's Melton. Second chance shot. Valanciunas, good. Valanciunas has got 19 points.
Well, you love the persistence on the offensive glass. All about effort right now.
Passes it to Harkless. Looking for Gibson. He gets it there. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, you love to watch Taj Gibson start to cook on the offensive end. Right now, just playing to his strength.
Melton's shot is good. And here is Payton. And what a great job he's doing as a playmaker out there.
No doubt about it. And guys, the best players play for their teammates, not for themselves. Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Here's Morant. They get it back. The shot that time, not on target. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. Harkless. And the three off target. It's tipped. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. And now we go to our rookie leaderboard to get a check on the players at the top of the freshman class in assists over the last 10 games. Ja Morant, number 1.
And those are some of the finest passers the rookie class has to offer. I mean, that's some great company. I think he'd like to stay right in that mix.
Now Payton, after Mo Harkless' three-pointer that didn't go. Down low, here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group. Well, they're just riding the hot hand down the stretch, and he's been in a zone all night.
It's stolen by Valanciunas. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Defense, for me, just hasn't made the commitment to sprint back in transition, and that's why you see such a huge differential in fast break points.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Clark, he's checked in for Jaren Jackson. Kyle Anderson comes in for Winslow. And Jones subbed in for Morant. And then for New York, Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Kevin Knox comes in for Harkless. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Elfrid Payton. The free throw drops for Valanciunas. New York's gone 6 of 14 with the three ball tonight, just a little over 40%. Out to the right wing. Robinson dishes to Randall, and it's blocked.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan.
Valanciunas, good.
And ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Jones from outside. That shot, no good. New York's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Now Ellington, 7 points in the game. The dish now to Randall. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Melton, no good.
Well, he hasn't proven to be much of a floor spacer for them. He had the 1-3, but that was back in the first half. I think DeAnthony Melton deserves a ton of credit. Point guard is probably the toughest position in the league. And you couple that with the fact that this guy played in the West, he more than held his own.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
There's the pass to Robinson. Here's Knox. Clock at 6, 18 feet out. That one doesn't go. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. And although Melton may not have proven he deserves a starting role, of course, he did show his value as a player.
I think what Melton showed is that he has the ability to stay composed and play quality defense, even as a backup option at the point. That's all you can ask for. You want him to earn rotation minutes, and he did.
Here's Clark. He's got 11. And Kevin Knox gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game for the Knicks. Bobby Portis is checked in for Randall, and it's Ntilikina in for Wayne Ellington. Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
A look at the stats for Robinson. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. He's averaging 11 points a game, 9 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. And not many players possess his kind of ability to protect the rim. I mean, you look at the block total, pretty remarkable.
Well, I love it. Drivers think they see a crease to the lane and go for it. And eventually, he shuts the door.
And here are the Knicks now. Grizzlies making the shot.
Well, you can see Frank Ntilikina running the offense and growing with every opportunity.
Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Jones. Again, Memphis. So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for the New York Knicks. Pass to Knox. Some nice passing by New York here. Ntilikina can't hit. And another basket for Memphis.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
New York's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. Here's Portis, stolen by Anderson. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. A pull-up. And that one's good by Clark. Clark's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And they're leaning on the mid-range right now. That's 6 of their last 10 from that area.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end. But right now, the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
Jones, no luck.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
And the basket by Knox.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Here's Melton. The Knicks pull it in. There's 1:40 left in the third quarter of the game. The shot's good.
Kevin Knox knows he's got it going, and he just keeps cooking.
Here's Melton. He's guarded by Bullock. Melton's shot is good. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
Kevin Knox.
And the basket is good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And they pick up 2. 10 points for Tyus Jones. New York shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Pass to Knox. Ntilikina looking it over, and there's the call on Jones. That'll be his second foul of the game. Jang, he's checked in for Memphis. And New York with a change here, too. They're checked in for Kevin Knox. There's 47 seconds left to play in the third. Drills the three-pointer.
Well, this guy maturing right before our eyes. Frank Ntilikina drills the catch and shoot. Pretty.
Tries again. Jang, no luck.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Anderson. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Anderson's got 6.
They seem to concede that shot, and his response is, thank you very much.
Memphis foul call. Kyle Anderson.
For New York, they have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night.
Frank Ntilikina taking 2 shots.
That free throw missing, and Memphis making a change here. That one misses. Now here's Jones. He's got 10. Here's Clark. Robinson with the block, and he gets it back. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies, sitting at a lead of 40 points at the end of the quarter. Terrific play. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And for Memphis, they're shooting a magnificent 69% in this game. On the court for the Knicks, Ntilikina out there with Trier. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. Then there's Bobby Portis. And it's Dotson in at the 3 slot. Here's Ntilikina. Tyus Jones picking up that last basket. Shoots from the baseline. And the rejection by Jackson. Here's Clark. That one misses. The Knicks go the other way with it. Trier from long range. It's rebounded by Memphis. Clark's got 5 rebounds tonight. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
How about the timing? Can be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Ntilikina passes to Trier. Misses the 3. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Grizzlies. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for him.
Looking nimble on the drive there. Once Clark sees an opening in the defense, he's looking to exploit.
Robinson misses.
All by himself, trying to step up. He's got to be frustrated with the miss.
And the basket by Jones.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, Greg, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
And the Knicks miss again. Here are the Grizzlies with the ball. Good momentum, 8 straight points. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. A lot of people look at that general manager position with the team. I think it grows with some organization, maybe shrinks in importance with others. But by and large, it is more stable than coaching, isn't it? That position of being a GM.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, if you were to ask coaches, one of the things I've heard sort of thrown out there as an idea is when you list the head coach's record, why not list the GM's record as well? Because the reality is success in the NBA is contingent on so many things. What's your ownership like? What kind of front office personnel have they made great decisions? Do you have the best possible coaching comparative to the talent on your roster? So much contributes to winning, Kevin.
And that one misses.
The potential is there. For Clark, it's about expanding the range so that it makes him more versatile offensively.
Grayson Allen's checked in for the Grizzlies. Taj Gibson's checked in for the Knicks. Harkless comes in for Bobby Portis. Good on the second free throw.
And one difference this have is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
New York's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Here's Ntilikina. The Grizzlies pull it in. The drive by Allen. Got a hand on it. Here's the break. Here's Trier. Makes it off the glass. Trier's got his first basket.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. The Knicks shooting so far very efficient all around, about 55%. Pass to Ntilikina. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Building confidence in that deep ball. 1 from distance in the first, 2 in the second.
The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. Gets the three-pointer to fall. 17 points for Tyus Jones.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Pulls up. That's good from Allen on the assist by Clark. Clark's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
I think, Greg, this is what we call, quote, running a team off the floor. They have been fantastic in transition.
Harkless kicks to Dotson. And again, New York with the triple.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Here's Allen. And Harkless pulls it down.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Here's Gibson. The Grizzlies pull it in. Clark's got 7 rebounds in the game. Out of bounds, New York takes possession. And Memphis making a change here. Jackson's checked in. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Ellington's checked in. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Well, remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
The pass to Harkless. The three. It's rebounded by Memphis. Banked in off the glass.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
Ellington with it. Pass to Trier. Wants to get it to Harkless and does. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Well, Doris, we've both been very public in our admiration for LeBron, the face of the league, for so many years. When he retires, and we're approaching that date, who do you think might step up and take his place as the face of the NBA?
Well, probably the most likely candidate is the new and reigning MVP, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is an absolute physical force. He's put on 50 pounds. He's getting more and more skilled. When he adds that three-point shot as a consistent weapon and gets to an in-between game, he will be impossible to guard. Kawhi Leonard, he is now sort of taking over as a multi-time winner of the Finals MVP, and certainly a player guys want to play with. So just a couple of possibilities there, Kev.
Shooting two.
And he knocks down the first one. And he makes both free throws. New York's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Here's Dotson. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Memphis has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
Nets, the corner three. Dotson's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it, Greg? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Ellington, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here. Jackson, that's good.
Well, the jumper is evolving over time, but these are the shots you want Josh Jackson to take.
Here's Trier. Here's Harkless. Oh, and the jam by Harkless.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Here's Allen. And another basket for Memphis.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot. Hot!
Up top, Ellington, guarded by Jackson. Here's Trier, and now we've got the intentional foul. Norris, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats became the NBA's 30th team. When do you think we're going to see another team added, whether it's an expansion or even multiple expansion cities?
Well, let's go directly to the most important source, and that's Commissioner Adam Silver, who has said that expansion is inevitable, but right now not a huge priority. So, listen, we've heard Seattle is on the short list of cities that wants to get a team, and what a great city, what a great NBA fan base. I hope someday we get back to Seattle.
So much history up there, you're correct.
I give the spill, then break the mill. Used to walk around with a big old head, little bit. Here we go now. Oh my, on the road like roll tide, but I'm with them bulldogs. Let me hear the whole time. How can I just cross side? Never gonna get offside. Making power moves together, know it, let it slide. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Need my phone dripping fluid. Water boy so sharp, we know it. On the track like Carl Lord. Think about that wonderland. Made it out of Afghanistan. Don't want nothing to do with it. Whoa, we did it.
And so it's New York with it. Back to Ellington. There's the three. Good on the three-point shot.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
New York's gotten 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of them. Out to the right wing. Trier from long range. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripled.
That one goes. Count it. Jackson's got 4 this quarter.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
To the inside. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Absolutely ferocious finish from Mr. Knox. Just salute him.
Baseline J on the way. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Pretty dime there. The kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Here's Trier, defended by Jones. Lays it up and banks it in. And so it's Memphis with it. Here's Jang, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
I'll tell you this, Jang has made himself into a money scorer from mid-range. He's put the time in, and it's paid off.
And Gibson wide open. He shoots, and there's another one for the Knicks.
Well, he's been shooting it so well because he's been so active, moving and working to get high percentage shots.
They get it again. Jang misses from close range.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Basket counts. Dotson's got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, as soon as you recognize the size mismatch, you have to attack.
Puts one up from 19. And the basket by Jones. New York shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. Over to the wing. Trier from long range. And again, New York with the triple.
Well, I'm telling you, this guy is doing everything he can to get them where they want to be. He's been on a mission in this period.
Jones, no luck.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Here's Dotson, defended by Allen. And off target that time from Trier. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Jones, that's for 2. Again, the miss by Jones.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
And the basket by Knox. Knox has got 21.
You can see physical defense does not bother Kevin Knox. He almost wants the contact.
Here's Allen. The 19-footer is on the money. Here's Trier. Doris, do you have high hopes for the new draft lottery system to keep every team competitive to the very end of the season?
Well, one of the keys in implementing this new draft lottery system was to make sure that the bottom 3 teams were given equal opportunity to get that top draft choice. I think you did see it have some effect on play and teams trying to be competitive while understanding they're still going to have an opportunity to build their team through the draft. But here's the reality. The NBA has got to be under review constantly. There's a process in play. It's one of the most proactive leagues in the country in terms of always looking for little things to make sure their game is the best it can be.
Attention to detail. Well said. Here's Knox. The Grizzlies making the shot. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. Anderson, he's checked in for Memphis. And then for New York, Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Ntilikina in for Wayne Ellington. Jones, that's for 2. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. 23 points for Tyus Jones. So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for the New York Knicks. Pass to Knox to the wing right side. There's Trier with the 3. The shot missing. Now Memphis takes it the other way. 20 feet out. Trier with the rebound. New York shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. And the Knicks miss again. Memphis has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Grizzlies.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that. And man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Ja Morant.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy, in attack mode all evening.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. They're up by 40. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
So we could dip. I'm just trying to see you dance. Salsa. Whoa. You know. Hate on low, but we fly high. You know. Talk is cheap. Free Wi-Fi. Whoa. Heard they trying to steal away. Cut it out. Spicy mommy's on the way. So how much you let away? I cut it out.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Ja Morant.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
I don't know if they expected him to have this much of an impact, but the timing couldn't have been better. They dropped 2 straight leading into this one and did not want to lose 3 in a row. And here's Jones. From deep 3-point range, Robinson pulls it in. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Ntilikina. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And finished off by Robinson.
Yes, you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
Allen outside to the left side wing. Now Jang. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Jonas, you have a lot on you in terms of patrolling the paint. How do you think you're doing?
I feel good. There is a better game, there is a worse game, but, I'm bringing energy every game. I'm fighting, and my job is take rebounds, set of screens. I'm doing that job.
It's grunt work, but you're good at it. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long, everyone.